People, we are talking about today for to see what's going in this court in South Sudan and between Riek Machar and Salva Kiir was on and people of law in South Sudan. When we look on today in this court and what's going in South Sudan, and you can look in a different many country, you will see the big difference. The big difference you got to see the gap is because these people in South Sudan, they are way back. Okay. You can look in something today, say, is no way you arrest somebody, put him in the jail. You have no evidence. You have no any improvement. And you take this person, put in the jail. Really? And today in the United States or any place in Europe, when the police arrest you, put you in the jail, you already evidence. You already have evidence because when the time they go take you to the court, your evidence is already there. Whatever the 3 days or 5 days you is in the jail, when you are going to court, they will already, judge, you already have your paper. And judge already know the reason why been arresting you. There's no way you got to go to the court. The judge will tell you, we have no any paper of the evidence yet. We have to prepare to bring him in. And you was already arrested. I guess that يعني شفت السودانيين لو السودانيين بيقعدوا في عينه حاجة صعبة بمشي في ساوث السودان الدولة بتاعكم انتوا بيكوري قال دي دولة. Believe me, Salva Kiir and cabinet بتاعه دام South Sudan. The worst country in the world and worst people in the world in the government. ما في زول بقدر بيفهم كلام ماشي هسه في ساوث السودان. انت ممكن تمسك زول تكون في السجن ما عندك الحاجة بيوري انت اتهمته لشنو. اوكي ده حاجة زي political game. انت اتهمتني انت جبتني في المحكمة الورقة حاجات الجريمة انا عملته ما في جنبيانا ولا ما في محكمة انت جبته بوري قال ياكي ده evidence الزول ده عمل حاجات ده 1 2 3 ما في. إذا تعرف ساوث السودان ده إذا كان هنا ما وقفنا مع بعض سنتلا سيف كبرى في حكومة South Sudan will never ever move on. This only way for us to stand up together to pull Salva Kiir away from the power. That's the only way. Because this what is happening today is happening to every single youth in South Sudan. Innocent people are there today being in the jail for long decade with no any improvement, with no any evidence, with no anything to prove say they did wrong while they are guilty. That's a call abuse human. Okay. Because in South Sudan is not that not called law. They're not called court because these people they need long process to be coming to your son how to run the country with the human inside. So for Kiir be running South Sudan jail, Uga the running Bagar for Murah. Man now is to kul fi makam wala nasi gadi wala fi nas lawyer bita inade kulu nazel al shakalini kulu cabinet bita Salva Kiir de hum biran South Sudan like bagar fil murah. لانه انت بقر تبقى تجوره هنا بكره يمشي ياكل هنا بعد بكره يمشي ياكل هنا بعد بكره يرجع تاني ياكل السيم مال وكان ياكل فوقه. دي هذا سبب في قدام في ساوث السودان. azol al barfu ganun kwez kali was maka mamasi South Sudan de slowly ite balga nasal fi mahakama gadi ukul naze they are totally useless people. Because they're working and the umbrella of self-security told them what they're supposed to do. You cannot keep innocent people in the jail. They have a family, they have a children to feed them. And you have no anything to showing you keep them in the jail for. Okay, why not release them and look for your evidence? When you get it, you bring them back to court. Because there's no way you can keep somebody in the jail. You don't have an evidence to see, to bring for the judge to prove, say, is guilty with this. Well, this is my message for South Sudanese people. When we not stand up together, Salva-Kiir will be abusing us for all long decade. This serious thing, serious problem. I know people are there stand up with Salva-Kiir for everything you do in South Sudan. Because these the people benefit for what Salva-Kiir is doing today. But 30% of today they are innocent people suffering. Children, mothers, brothers, sisters. They are suffering today because of this regime they call himself Salva-Kiir. Salva-Kiir is the evil human in life, in the world. Salva-Kiir is running South Sudan the same way when he was in the bush with John Garang. Salva-Kiir plan he killed the John Garang because you have to come, turn all South Sudanese to be a slave for him. That's the same thing he's doing today. These people in the dark court, they don't think about innocent people today suffering and children suffering around South Sudan. They're only thinking their interest to defend the Salva-Kiir, to work for Salva-Kiir, to go with what Salva-Kiir asks them to do. This is totally crazy. How many times you have to give the excuse in the court for bring the evidence? They will give you all week. You cannot bring it. Mean it's something they are planning to it. Because they don't have that evidence. Everything happened in Nasser. Salva-Kiir make that happen because he know his plan. He want to stay in the power. He don't want election. He wants South Sudanese people to steal and abuse in their own home. Stay in your own country, you have to be a slave in your own country, in your own town. Salva-Kiir want to stay in the power, he spend money for every single tribe to kill their brothers and their sisters, their mothers. under my put himself say he's a president. What kind of president he is? And he abusing his people. Turn his people is his slave. When we look today, people suffer in South Sudan. We are more slaves today in South Sudan in a different country. Some country we stay on today, we have the freedom to live our life. That's not our home, but that's the somebody home welcome you to stay in his home. But you are no slave in that place. You are free human in that place. But let me look on now just in our country. Your own town, we becoming a slave for one man. One man. One man make all South Sudanese today a slave. One man make all children today suffering in South Sudan. One man led our mothers today running in the bush in South Sudan. One man cannot create a job for all these youth. The same man cannot give the freedom for his children. And he want to remaining in the power, abuse people in South Sudan. The question is, how long we got to stay slave for Salva Kiir? How long all of us got to stay being abused by Salva Kiir? When we look around at all of us, Salva Kiir is the worst, is the dictator in South Sudan. But my message is we need to stand up together. We need to push Salva Kiir away in that power. It's no reason all South Sudanese use less Salva Kiir to abuse him down to their own country.